Every day for the last month, I've been committing to working an hour a day towards building my full-time author career. I've been documenting it on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, and that might be how you found this video. I started doing this challenge because I believe really strongly that you don't need to wait until you have all the time in the world to pursue a creative goal or a creative dream, and that little bits of time, 20 minutes or an hour, really do add up. As this last month has gone by, I've been really surprised actually at how quickly I see the days racking up. You know, it felt very much like I was still on probably day 6 and yet it was day 22, which just goes to show the compounding effect that little bits of action really do have. So what it has looked like, some days it has looked like writing, many days it has looked like editing. I've been working quite intensely on editing my next book, The Missing Link, and editing is a part of the process that I often procrastinate, I often avoid, because as much as I like puzzles, sometimes these particular kinds of puzzles of unraveling a problem and then reconstructing something, that can be a bit much. Some days it has looked like doing some administrative work or even mindset work if I'm not where I need to be. And it's been really good for me to show myself and also to be documenting that every little bit is important. Every part of this adds up. And even if, you know, on one day in particular, all I had it in me to do was a journaling session to unravel some stuff that was bothering me. And I found that really helpful, and it made it so that I could approach the subsequent days with the energy that I needed. It's generally clear to me what I need to work on each day, but especially when I'm in this phase where I know I have something that I should be editing, often I feel like there's other things I would rather do. And so in those moments, I tend to say, okay, what am I avoiding the most? And it's the editing, so yes, I should probably commit to doing that. So is it always a clean hour? Like, do I set a timer and stop when it goes off? No, in fact, there are days when it's definitely gone well over an hour, and there are days when it's gone under an hour as well. It's just the principle to me that committing to some finite amount of time. It's not saying, okay, I need to do some work towards this today. It's saying I need to do an hour-ish of work on this today. There are certainly parts of this that have been surprising to me. At the beginning, I would say I was highly motivated and doing things that looked flashy and impressive, and of course that wasn't sustainable. And so when I'm inclined to think on a given day that what I've done isn't enough, isn't impressive enough, I still see that it adds up. I still see that the word count is increasing on my work in progress, and the number of tabs I'm removing from my editing project is increasing every day as well. So I think that's really a helpful record for me to see that no, you didn't stall out and stop making any progress and you have no momentum. You actually have continued chipping away at this every single day. And I think it's great to be showing that as well, because this is the part of the writing process that we often don't see. You know, we see the finished product. We might see a highlight reel of the writing process or the editing process, but to actually be showing each day what is involved, I think is it's fun for me, and I hope it's fun for the folks who are following along as well. In general, I found it quite easy to show up each day. I think it's because it is, like I said, a finite amount of time that I'm expecting of myself. So I don't have the same hangups that I've had in the past where it's like, okay, I got to start first thing in the morning. Now it's more like, okay, as long as I do something by like 2 or 3, then I'll have plenty of time to do what I need to do and also create the daily mini vlog that I'm going to be posting on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. I would say there was only one day where I found it challenging to show up, and that was the day that I ended up just doing a journaling session instead, because I wasn't going to break the streak of having a mini vlog every single day, and I wanted to show also that mindset work is just as important as a lot of the other pen on paper sort of activities, working on what might be holding you back, what might be trying to steer you down the path of like having a writer's block or something. Sorting that out instead of just, you know, trying to push through. I think that that's an important thing to show myself, that counts as well, and to show others that, yes, of course it counts. Some days I've gone over an hour and I haven't really tracked that regularly. I just, you know, if I lose myself in the flow state in editing process, I am not going to interrupt myself from that and say, okay, you have to stop because 60 minutes have passed. I will say, like, don't disturb her. She's focused right now. Like, let her keep going, because otherwise, we're going to just have to get her into the zone again tomorrow. So, like, let's leave her working and just like go step aside and keep editing Casey doing what editing Casey needs to do. In terms of what it has produced so far, well, I'm actually recording this on, I think, day 23 of the challenge. I already told you that, it's been a month, because by the time you're seeing this, it will have been a month. And at the point that I'm recording this, I'm 75% through editing the missing link, and I am going to go out on a limb and say, by the time you're seeing this, I have finished editing it. And that is no small feat, because this did have some things that needed to be unraveled, and they have been, and it's looking much better now. I've also regularly been doing morning pages and streaming those sessions on Insight Timer, the meditation app. So I've been doing morning pages on weekday mornings with online friends all over the world. And I find that really cool that we are, again, it's another sort of built-in accountability thing. Also, I have been really enjoying creating these little daily mini vlogs that I'm sharing on Instagram and on YouTube. And I had kind of a block about social media and about sharing things before, and I found that has just really opened up. It's like, because I know what I need to create each day, it's so easy to do it. I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing how many people who don't follow me are seeing these things. Like, the fact that it's getting out there and it doesn't feel scary to me to be seen is a very, very exciting change. And I think likely that increased comfort with visibility is what pushed me to actually fill out an application to get one of my books in the local bookstore, and then, go in and meet the booksellers and bring the book and do all of that stuff, instead of kind of hiding behind my computer and just working from afar. I'm like, okay, it's time. You had your season of being thousands of miles away in your writing cave, writing a bunch of books. Now that you're back here in your hometown, now it's time to get comfortable with people seeing your face next to those books or holding those books. So the bigger points of this, where I hope it's been helpful, is to show myself and anyone who watches, again, that whole idea that you don't have to wait for the right season, the right moment, but that what you can chip away at day by day really, really, that's how you do any big project, right? You don't finish it in one sprint. You don't build a house in 3 very intense days. You work away at it. Same with writing a book, same with editing a book, same with building a business. So I've been showing myself that consistency is a safe thing to do, and it is the way, and it does win over intensity. I don't need to require these big heroic efforts of myself that bring me close to burnout. I can just enjoy the process of showing up day by day and doing the work that needs to be done, which I do believe is contributing to nervous system safety. And I think, again, that's why I've been able to stretch my comfort zone in terms of visibility and in terms of pushing myself to do things that make me nervous. So I will continue with some frequency to create longer form videos about this challenge. But if it's something that you want to see, the day by day action of what's actually happening, then make sure that you are following along either here on YouTube and watching shorts, or come join me over on Instagram and you'll see the reels as well as more information about books, because that's the next thing I see coming, is that I'm going to start doing more active marketing of my library of books as well. And as a final takeaway, I would say, if you're in any sort of similar season of creativity, or if you would like to be in this kind of season of creativity, of working your way toward creating whatever the project is that's on your heart, this is just a little bit of encouragement to you that whatever time you have available now is worth spending on it. And I'm not saying that in like a sacrifice sleep or hobbies or whatever. I'm just saying, if you have 10 minutes a day to commit to painting that painting or writing that poem or whatever the thing is, 10 minutes counts. You don't have to wait until you have 4 hours to commit. 10 minutes will be just enough. Thanks for watching all the way through, and hope to see you here again soon.